Good afternoon, Jacobipadua here with Conscious Integration and Mystical Attunement Ministries, here to inspire and transform the collective consciousness with insight, creativity, and integrative solutions. Yeah, I just wanted to touch base about how the mind is in complete fear of the heart, and how it was talked about how the biggest transformational bridge, or one of the biggest transformational bridges that can be built, is between the mind and the heart. And the reason why the mind fears the heart, and all fear is built out of this lack of interconnectedness and interconnectivity between the mind and the heart. It's a conscious interconnectivity. It's because the mind has its own ideologies, belief systems, and concepts built up and stacked up in its own perception and its own perspective that it has built, and therefore it's attached an identity to it, a psychological identity. And we must first, before we go through any type of mystical awakening or spiritual awakening, we must first go through a complete and thorough psychological awakening, which cannot be bypassed through spiritual bypassing methods. And institutions have definitely built up processes which cater to the spiritual bypassing, as opposed to integrating in and observing what goes on in the mind. That's why so many mystics and sages and saints throughout the ages have said the importance of mastering the mind and being aware of what is occurring within the mind, being that the subconscious and the conscious. And the ability to surrender the mind to the heart is symbolic of an identity death. There's a certain level of a death of your identity, and that itself must not be taken from a perspective of just the ideological standpoint. It actually has to be integrated. It has to be consciously integrated. The mind and the heart must be consciously integrated to build that transformative bridge, which then opens up the gate and the bridge to embody the soul. And that's the key. If you don't open the heart, you can't embody the soul, and therefore the authentic expression can't reverberate out or resonate out from one's center, because there is no integration of the mind, the heart, and the embodiment of the soul. And that's how creativity can really start to radiate, through a clear creativity. Definitely creativity will be a teacher in helping you understand the process that I just talked about before you consciously integrate this process. Then the creativity upgrades to another level, to where your mind, heart, and soul are working all in unity, and also optimizing the body, the physical aspects of the body, nutrition-wise, and these other aspects will definitely increase the potential, the capabilities of accessing this interconnectivity in accelerated process, or to help heighten the process. Once you've interconnected at higher levels, it'll help heighten the awareness and the radiation of your true authentic self. But this all has to be done within. It's an inside job. It's a complete inside job. And so it's just conscious to be aware that this is why the mind, with its egoic and mental control, and I'm not saying that the ego or the mind is bad. You just have to realize they're a tool. As long as they're driving the car, it can be an inhibiting reality that we are living. And we'll dive deeper in that in other updates, other transmissions that will come through me. I will give an update on those things, those facets. But so just to stay focused on this, that's why the mind is afraid, because it must face certain aspects of a death. And so that's why there's an utter terror. And that's how the terrorist thing and the terrorism is played on this terror. When our mind is not connected to the heart, there's a terror, a fear. And the only way that one can be in wholeness is to integrate this transformative bridge and go through that transformational process. and it'll be an educational process as you go through it. But then once you get to higher levels of integration, and I just want to emphasize there is no there, so it's a constantly recurring experience, but the experience gets more and more heightened. And as you get more and more heightened experience, you can stabilize more and more in upper realms like samadhi and states of ecstatic bliss or satchitananda. And so anyways, many blessings on this wonderful day, and I hope all is going well, and much peace to you, and happy integration and transformational processes. And I'll be giving an update on the new moon here coming soon. But many blessings from conscious integration, and have a wonderful day. Peace and blessings.